right, when you're looking for authentic but yet elevated Southern cooking, Roux always delivers. And this morning, Chef James Williams is back in the kitchen with his take on char-grilled oysters paired with a Cajun-style Moscow mule, who this fella right here is going to help us make. This is Richard Malone with Title Board Ginger Beer. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. So let's talk oysters,
Okay.
and this is kind of what you guys are known for.
Yes, it is.
People are loving your oysters. What is your trick? What's your secret to the oysters that Roux does?
The secret we have is that we do them right over a char grill.
All right.
It's pretty straightforward.
Is that
and I know
the most popular way to have them? I mean, I know people like them raw.
Yeah, absolutely. That's pretty much what we do. A lot of people like them fried as well, but char grilled is probably the best way.
We're going to get to that in just a second, but I want to talk to Richard here about this really cool partnership you guys are doing. I love that you do this, where you kind of notice what other people in the community are doing. You say, hey, let's come here, let's try it out here. There is a specialized drink that Roux is now offering thanks to you. Tell us about ginger beer and what you guys have created, what your team has.
So we make an all-natural product. It's called Title Board Ginger Beer, and we teamed up with Roux, and we infused it with fresh ingredients and spices, and we came up with a really unique variety of the Moscow Mule called the Cajun Mule.
Which you were saying the mule has come back. These are popular. Talking about things that are popular, the mule is back. Well, first, how do you describe what a ginger beer is? Because I think people are also discovering that by itself.
So the biggest thing we get is that, is it alcoholic? And our variety is a non-alcoholic ginger beer that typically for the mule is mixed with a vodka and then garnished with a lime wedge.
Okay, all right, we'll get to that in a second, but I want to make sure we get the oysters in, so let's do that first.
Okay.
So where do we start?
Well, first start off by shucking your oysters. Take your knife, pop them open, and then cut them right off this muscle here, so they're nice and easy to get right off the shell. Okay. All right. Next, we're going to just drizzle them very lightly with a little bit of butter. Actually, this is a garlic butter that we made ahead of time, and since it's sat here, not in the heat, it's cool. It's kind of chilled up a little bit. Okay. That's why it's so thick. We're just going to do this very lightly.
But it's
about
still
a teaspoon.
Good.
Oh, absolutely. You're not going to notice the difference here in a few minutes.
All right.
Okay, so we're going to do that just very lightly, like I said.
I don't want them too soggy.
Oh, no, not at all. You can't really have that, though.
Yeah, I know, right? It's an oyster.
And then here's our cheese mix that we've done before. It's simply Parmesan cheese mixed with, let me see, garlic, basil, oregano, salt, a little bit of white pepper, and a little bit of parsley in there as well, just to really kind of infuse the cheese before it gets on the oyster. That way it really picks up a lot more of the flavor. That's a little bit different than the way that it's done in other places. They just put the cheese on, they infuse the butter.
All right. Well, I'm thinking if people, maybe someone, are you an oyster fan? Some people are a little intimidated by it. This may be a good way to start, I think.
It is. It really is.
Introduce yourself to oysters.
Definitely is. So what we're going to do is since we don't have a char grill here, we're going to put them in a 400-degree oven. Okay.
Does it kind of do the job pretty good?
Yeah, you tell me here in just a second.
Okay, all right. Those look fantastic. So you want them a little brown at the top?
A little bit brown on the top, just to where the oyster is starting to cook through. You still want them nice.
How long normally?
These were in for about 7 minutes. 7 or 8 minutes on 400 degrees.
Oh, wow, that's not long at all. Okay.
Now, if you do have a conventional oven, this is convection, you do need to raise the temperature by about 25 degrees and add just a little bit more time. So, maybe 10 to 12 minutes.
Okay. Well, because I want to make sure we get it in, while you're plating those, let's get to the Moscow Mule.
Definitely.
This Cajun-inspired. You're going to be making that for us, right?
Correct. And this blend of ginger beer that we did with Roux has 3 main spices that we infused. Okay. Which is the star of anise, the cloves, and allspice. Okay. Which gives it a very unique flavor. And
sounds like it's good for the fall. I don't know. I hear allspice and
it's very fall type, and also to give it a nice kick, we added habanero peppers. Ooh. So you get a nice
how much of a kick?
It's there. You can definitely tell that the habaneros are there.
Can we pour them up?
Yeah, definitely.
Those oysters are looking good. So this is the ginger beer right here.
This is the ginger beer.
All right.
And it's typically served in the copper mug vessel.
Yeah, I know. I was asking, you were like, that's just a tradition. You can't have a Moscow Mule without the copper cup.
And these are 100% copper, so they keep the drink extra cold while you're drinking it.
Ooh, I like that. All right.
So we go ahead and we pour 4 ounces of the ginger beer. And then The Moscow Mule is served with vodka. So we're going to add 1.5 ounces of vodka.
Okay.
And you can use your specific type.
Your favorite vodka?
Exactly.
How much of that?
There's 1.5 ounces of
Ounce and a
vodka.
half, okay. All right, you're making 3 of them. Thank you, thank you.
And then we garnish with fresh lime wedge.
Okay, we gotta hurry up. But we have to taste, right? Go ahead and garnish those. There you go, chef.
Oh, thank you.
Can't have one without it being garnished.
Oh, no.
All right, thank you, thank you. And again, you know, I love it. Southern, but elevated. People love the oysters. Can you get them all day there? Because I know there's kind of happy hour as well.
We do, Deb.
Which this is perfect for. So cheers. Gentlemen. Thank you, thank you. Head out to Roux. There's their address right there. And hey, we have the gift card too, which is so cool. Thank you for doing this. So it's a great excuse to go into Roux because it's on us, on them. All right, up.